Hello, everyone. Hey, Flady. How's it going? Well, um, this is something a little different here. I don't know when it came out. I don't think it has a date on here either. 90s, late 90s, could be early 2000s. I'm not 100% sure. It's the idea that this takes place between issue one and two of the original Avengers by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, um, with written by Roger Stern and drawn by Bruce Timm, the guy who designed the Batman cartoon, the Superman cartoon, the Justice League America, the JLA cartoon. And they're doing their best, Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. I think it's great. It's just really funny, well done, in character, all the characters. Roger Stern's a great writer. He did a great, Amazing Spider-Man, a great Avengers. So I'm just gonna go through this. Any commentary, just hit it my way, guys. If you didn't read it, I would recommend you guys reading it on your own first. It's that good. It's that fun. I wouldn't recommend reading it here, but you know, check it out, guys. It's worth getting. You can get it on the Comixology Kindle, so you can do it that way. Hey, Fladia, Friday night with some 2010s Iron Man comics collections. And I know of that era were crap, but they were cheap and just wanted to see if there were any diamonds in the rough. I mean, there probably were. I mean, there's always, in any time, in any era, there's always some good quality comics, even right now. However shit comics are in general, there's still that Conan, Titan Comics. There's that Daredevil, um, Cold Day in Hell, I think. Uh, there's some stuff out there. It's still out there. Comics say comics, and so on. So there's always some stuff that's good. I think the last Iron Man run I got was, my God, I guess it was actually, what was it? 80 Granov, if that's how you pronounce his name. Um, Warren Ellis. I think that's the last one I got on a regular basis, those issues, and they were good. And then you had the one before that, John Byrne and John Romita Jr., Iron Wars 2 ended up being called, which was great. I mean, really, really well done on both ends. Byrne's writing, Romita's art. It's really good if you haven't seen it. And I read the original Armor Wars, the Stark Wars, if that's what they called it at the time. I think they did. Okay. Flady wants says tomorrow is free comic book day, so I plan to hit the shop and hope for the best. Yeah, I mean, I went to some of the free comic book days. Uh, they had sales. I remember that. You can get, some graphic novels that you missed or some collections that you missed for a good price. I do remember that, and I also remember exclusive comics that some artists drew for that, which are actually the free comics. I think John Romita Jr. drew two of them. A Spider-Man one and an Iron Man and Thor one. Um, yeah, pretty cool. Yeah. So Flady, I read the Armor Wars, the original one. I think they called it Stark Wars at one point, and I gotta say, I'm liking it. It's really well done. And then uh, they had Tony Stark get a perm with a mullet. I mean, a perm with a mullet. And I got to say, I thought twice about rereading it for a second. I was like, uh, it was so bad, so cheesy, so unnecessary. I think that was pure Bob Layton adding that shit onto there because he had a lot to do with the arts. And hey, comic books and coots, yeah, it really is a great cover. Channeling issue one with Loki on the left side and the Avengers coming on to the right. Doctor Doom is on the right side. Avengers coming this way, and clearly channeling Jack Kirby. I mean, clearly. Yeah, Flady, it was so bad. Again, I got it. Bob and Casey, prepare to meet your doom. Yes, yes, indeed. Hilarious, huh? Not even all your powers can stop me, Avengers. Prepare to meet your doom. You'll gasp at the identity of our mystery guest villain. Yeah. Miami Stark Vice. Yeah, it was so bad. It was so cheesy, so out of place. I was like, "Am I going to reread this?" And yeah, you get over it pretty quick because it was good. It was good comics. It was good comics. I like that moment uh, s- with Steve Rogers, who was U.S. agent, I think, at that time, and it was Stark in his new suit, and they had a run-in, and it was pretty damn good. It was a moment of silence between them when they locked into each other's eyes. They're like, "Yeah, man, you're really not doing good here, Tony," as far as Cap was concerned. So, good stuff. All right, guys, here we go. I'm just gonna go through this. The Avengers number 1.5. Again, the conceit is that this takes place between issue 1 and 2 of the Avengers. It's come out 50 years later, maybe, I think. Thor, Iron Man, the Hulk, Ant-Man, and the Wasp, plus a startling new hero joins the ranks of the Avengers. But who? You'll gasp at the identity of our mystery guest villain. Not even all your powers can stop me, Avengers. Prepare to meet your doom. I wonder who that is. Page after page of pulse-pounding thrills, another titanic triumph from the marvelous Marvel age of comics. It's fun stuff, man. Here we have Walter Cronkite here. The mighty Avengers face the death trap of Doctor Doom. I love Timm's Hulk, Bruce Timm's Hulk. I mean, thanks, guys. Thanks. Okay, okay. I'm gonna restart. I'm gonna restart. God damn it! I can't believe it. I am sorry, guys. Wow. Okay. Okay. Just let me know that you can't hear me. I just tapped it. I must have clearly tapped it just to bring it closer to me. Sometimes I think I tap the base of this. So I'm gonna restart, guys. I'm gonna restart. Thanks for come on, guys, man. Let me know. Bob, it is fixed. It's a great mic. Okay. Okay. I gotta start again. I'm a little embarrassed again. It's the third time, guys. It should never be a third time. It should be a one time. It should be only a one time. Okay. I'm gonna start again. All right, guys. Thanks for bearing with me. Thanks for indulging me. I apologize, but okay. The Avengers number 1.5, guys. The conceit is that this takes place between issue 1 and 2 of the Avengers comic, published 40 to 50 years later. Written by Roger Stern, doing his best Stan Lee. Drawn by Bruce Timm, doing his best Jack Kirby. Bruce Timm was the guy who designed the Batman cartoon, Superman cartoon, the Just League America cartoon. And he's clearly channeling Kirby in a great, great way. Hello out there, and happy to be here. Look forward to anything that happens. Thanks, hello out there. Appreciate it. So silly, man. I'm sorry, guys. By the way, guys, just before I start again, tomorrow is the 10th anniversary of Hello Out There says it's tough to be human. Yeah, that's right. It's the 10th anniversary, guys, of my winning the Muhammad Cartoon Contest 10 years ago. Tomorrow. It's crazy. I just did an interview yesterday. It'll be published today, I believe, on X. A little under an hour. It was really good, though. Really good. Check it out when you can. And I'm going to do a stream tomorrow night as well, just to commemorate it. Go through it again, talk about it, and talk about the fact that prior to winning, I drew Muhammad a few dozen times. I've drawn him over 600 times since then. You know, it's a big difference. People would assume, well, after that, after you almost died, after they almost came to kill you, you know, you would stop drawing it. No, I drew it, you know, 10 times more. Hey, Mikey. How's it going, Mike? All right, so Avengers 1.5. Thor, Iron Man, the Hulk, Ant-Man, and the Wasp. Plus, a startling new hero joins the ranks of the Avengers. But who? Hello out there. The link to the interview, I'm going to link to it on my X. I'll probably try to post it here, at least in the comments. Not the comments, in the posts on YouTube. And it'll be posted. Probably Amy Mech will be posting it on X at a certain point. I went over the attack. I went over the attack. I went over a number of reasons why I draw Muhammad, why I left Islam, why I write and draw against Islam, why I do Pigman, and so on, and about Ayn Rand and all that. So, thanks. Hello out there. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna hold off in the comments for a little bit, guys. I want to read at least 4 or 5 pages and check out what you guys are saying. So again, the Avengers. This is Avengers number 1.5. Thor, Iron Man, the Hulk, Ant-Man, and the Wasp. Plus, a startling new hero joins the ranks of the Avengers. But who? You'll gasp at the identity of our mystery guest villain. Not even all your powers can stop me, Avengers. Prepare to meet your doom. Any idea who that is, guys? Page after page of pulse-pounding thrills. Another titanic triumph from the marvelous Marvel age of comics. The mighty Avengers face the death trap of Doctor Doom. Here's Walter Cronkite reporting here. He goes, "Good evening. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Iron Man, the Hulk, and Thor, 5 members of that select fraternity known popularly as superheroes, today announced the formation of a team they are calling the Avengers. The New York State Attorney General's office confirms that the 5 have filed a charter stating their intent to work together, quote, to protect and safeguard the planet Earth, its inhabitants and resources from any and all threats beyond the power of conventional forces." Again, that's very well put by Roger Stern. I like it. I like it a lot. Classic. And then to try like a throwback to the old days of Marvel, the House of Ideas proudly presents an all-new adventure of Earth's mightiest superheroes. Don't just sit there. Turn the page. Let's get started. Let's get started. So it says Avengers 1963 to 1996, 1.5. So this came out in 1996. Okay, cool. That's good to know. I'm going to make this a little... okay, that fits the... let's see. Okay, you guys can see it there. Okay. Mikey gets, I'm reading FF versus X-Men right now. Wish I was a member to John's. Yeah, that's a great comic, man. Great comic. I'm gonna review that as well, issue by issue. Chris Claremont, John Bogdanove, and Terry Austin. It's fantastic. It's so damn well done. I think it's the comic that got Ethan into comics. That was the thing that did it for him. And it's that damn good, guys. It's a classic. Okay. The announcement comes just a week after the 5 joined forces to defeat the super menace Loki at an auto assembly plant near Detroit. One second, guys. If you recall the cover to Avengers number 1, the cover to Avengers number 1, it has Loki on the left side, and it has the Avengers on the right. So this is similar to that cover, just a little different take. And you see the back of Doctor Doom here, but they try to hide who the secret villain is. But that's the basic setup of the Avengers 1 cover. That's right. That's right. Comic books and cahoots. He does look like Ernest Borgnine, the Hulk, especially right there with that low brow, thick low brow. Borgnine, from here to eternity. He played a nasty guy in there, a real nasty guy. He did a great job. He was going after Frank Sinatra. Montgomery Clift was in that bar. Burt Lancaster. Good movie. Very good. Okay. So, and barely a year since the formation of the renowned Fantastic Four. Wow, what a lineup. Yes, but do they have enough power to keep the Hulk in line? That's a great question. Cool, Iron Man's got his own team. That's Thor's team, you mean? While at the Baxter Building headquarters of the aforementioned foursome, looks like we got some competition, Reed. I see the Avengers as a complimentary, Johnny. I love that. I see the Avengers as complimentary, Johnny. Good allies are always, who needs them? Ben. Just a couple of months ago, the military brass wanted us to clobber the Hulk, and now we're supposed to believe he's some big deal hero? Nuts. The Wasp? Now, where have I seen that face before? Interesting. She's a socialite. I guess maybe she saw her some of these places. Who knows? Kilroy was here. McHale's Navy. Was that another one that Ernest Borgnine was in? Because the one I'm talking about was definitely From Here to Eternity. I remember the poster on that with Burt Lancaster, the woman with the ocean hitting. As the news sweeps the nation, even a certain wall crawler takes notice. Now they tell me. I never would have tried to join the FF if I'd known these guys were starting up. I wonder if they're still hiring. An Amazing Spider-Man number 1. Avengers new super team. At a late afternoon press conference, Iron Man confirmed reports that billionaire industrialist Anthony Stark has made his Midtown mansion available to the Avengers for their meetings. Scroom! Bah! This sudden proliferation of superheroes grows abhorrent. The Fantastic Four, Ant-Man, even that infernal Spider-Man, have interfered with my plans for revenge, for conquest. These Avengers, quote-unquote, must be dealt with before they can become a problem. Yes, they must feel the power of Doctor Doom. Hilarious. Yeah, that's right, comic books. It is different. It's really his own, Timm's. If you look at the legs, though, that's pure Kirby inking, pure Kirby body, with the big mitts, with those jagged lines on the legs. And then there's, but he doesn't draw Spider-Man the way Kirby did. Kirby was all over the place with Spider-Man. Sometimes drew him like John Romita Sr., sometimes drew him really weirdly with, eyes wide apart and a lot of lines. But here we go. 36 hours later at Tony Stark's Manhattan mansion. Major Bowman of the National Security Council, I'm here to see the Avengers. Yes, sir. They are expecting you. If you will follow me. This is bigger than I'd imagined. How big a staff does it take to maintain, if you don't mind my asking, Mr. Jarvis, sir? There were 4 of us. Were? Yes, sir. When the others learned that the Hulk would be among our regular visitors, I'm afraid they resigned, sir, despite his recent pardon. It's hilarious. These digs put the Baxter Building to shame. It was good of Tony Stark to let us use the place as our de facto headquarters. Really, I'd love to get a chance to thank him face to face. Is he as dreamy as he looks on TV, Iron Man? I'm really not the one to answer that. Wasp. Hilarious. This is funny, man. Thor calls out the Hulk in his underwear. Is that sorry garment your only raiment, Hulk? Clothing's worn for 2 reasons, Thor. Modesty and protection. I'm not modest and I don't need protection. Understand? I do not care for your tone. A Major Bowman to see you, sirs. Madam. It says here, unknown to the other Avengers, Iron Man is Tony Stark. It's interesting the size of the characters here also. Plus the more cartoony nature, the bigger heads. The Hulk should be bigger than he is here. A lot bigger than Iron Man, at least. You know, if not clearly bigger than Thor as well. Even though I think it took him a number of years to get to the 8 foot level that he ended up being. I think he's 7 foot in the comics. In the movies, I think it's 8 feet tall. Um, Glad to meet you, Major. The Avengers stand ready to assist the government in any case of national emergency. And Thor says, "We shall settle this matter anon. I'll be waiting, long hair." I'll get right to the point. The President and the Joint Chiefs are the most concerned about the danger presented by the infamous international terrorist, Dr. Doom. I like that. I like that they call him a terrorist. Oh, yeah? Never heard of him. Quiet, Hulk. Go on, Major. Little is known of Doom's past. Now, as far as I know, the Wasp is with Hank Pym here, I think. But she's hitting on Tony Stark, you know, saying how dreamy he is. She's hitting on Thor here. Little is known of Doom's past, but it's believed that he suffered a disfiguring accident, thus the mask. His disfigurement must be extreme that he chose so gruesome a countenance. He's certainly no match for your looks, handsome. Even the Hulk is cuter. Whoa. What's that supposed to mean? Take it easy, Hulk. I had my own run-in with Doom. When I came to the aid of the Fantastic Four in a sort of subatomic microworld that Doom had conquered, we managed to defeat the army he'd assembled, but he himself got away. Doom struck me as cold, ruthless, even diabolical. It all happened in Fantastic Four number 16, True Believers. An accurate assessment. This is good stuff here. The silhouette of, what's his name? The Major. That's really good. Like a mostly of a silhouette to differentiate him from the rest. The back of the head is black. The back, it's really, really good. An accurate assessment, Ant-Man. Following that escape, Doom had the audacity to demand a cabinet post. When the president ignored his demands, Doom jammed the nation's power grids. He might have brought us to our knees. If the FF hadn't tracked him to his flying fortress, Doom invaded them again, but at least the crisis was averted. The craft was seized, of course. Let me check out some comments here, guys. Yeah, a TV show, McKill's Navy. Was Borgnine in there? Kilroy? Mikey says, my favorite Spider-Man is Ramirez and McFarlane. That's a huge difference between the two, Mikey. It's so funny. I hated McFarlane's version of Spider-Man. I really did. He gave me a big ass, a big head, flat nose, like flat mask. Creepy more than anything else. Not heroic, really. Well, I understand why it took off. I mean, it was something, very different, harsh change from the Ramita established version. I just love the Ramita's version from Father and Son. Love it. Oh yeah, comic books includes the style of Timm's art really suits the early design of the Wasp. That's for sure. He's really, really good, man. Really good, Bruce Timm. Great cartoons. His design work, and he's a storyteller here as well. That's right, Bob and Casey. I like how the Hulk is just chilling at the table. It's true. It's so funny to see him that way. Look at this drawing right here of the Hulk. I love that. There's a lot of charm there. There just is. By the way, he's moving. The simple line work, beautiful. Okay. It says here, the craft was seized, of course, and impounded for further study at Fort Monmouth, New Jersey. Hey, did you hear something? Holy cow, it's Doom's ship, but no one should even be aboard. Stop it, shoot it down. Whoosh, thaka, thaka, thaka. Pow. How? These bullets aren't even scratching it. Security, we have a situation in Sector 5. The bird has flown the coop. What? But how's that possible? I see. Trouble, Major. Doom's fortress just took off. It's headed out over the Atlantic. Doom must be behind this. He's always one step ahead of us. So what are we waiting for? It's our best lead for catching Doom. That's a great shot. I hear, from some artists that you should never make like just the back of the head like that. Um, I don't know. That works for me. Make jutting out the huge forehead there. Plus, I don't mind those type of drawings, because what would you have them do? Face a little more of there. It wouldn't really work, that way. Um, let's go get it. Look at that Hulk. Love it. To me, the Hulk is a standout here. Everything's great. Everything, really channels the Kirby, but his Hulk, to me, that's the key here. For once, we agree, Brute. We'll need some kind of air transport. Leave that to me, Iron Man. In a matter of moments, New York's finest halt traffic on Manhattan's Fifth Avenue as a state-of-the-art jet copter drops from the skies to receive Earth's mightiest heroes. Heads down and step lively. The quicker we're aboard, the better our chances of catching Doom. The son of Odin has no need for yon conveyance. I shall accompany you in my own fashion. And shortly, air traffic control reports a UFO about a mile off Long Beach. At our current speed, we should be there in no time. I'm impressed, Major. This is a Comanchero X-19, isn't it? I didn't think they were out of production yet. Just took delivery last week, sir. She's one sweet bird. I don't care if it has feathers and squawks, just as long as it gets me where I can lay my hands on Doom. I love that. The Hulk's whole thing is just to smash Doom. Hilarious. Tracking radars picked up the bogey, Major. There it is. Good Lord, ever seen anything like that, Iron Man? No, the photos didn't do it justice. So it's big. So what? The Hulk. It's not just big, Hulk. It's huge. 1,000 feet long and 250 feet across at its widest. It seems impossible that such a wingless mass of metal could ever stay aloft. Genius, thinks Iron Man. Only a genius could have designed such a ship and made it work. For a moment, all in the copter falls silent. Even the Hulk. That's good writing, man. That's really good. Definitely channels, Stan Lee, but it has its own flavor there. That's very, very good by Stern. Look at that Hulk. I mean, again, it's a standout here. Look at this. It's the Kirby Hulk in Bruce Timm style. So damn good. And then an invisible grappler ray locks onto the pursuing Avengers, drawing them helplessly toward the giant craft. By my father's beard, I cannot resist the pull. Resist? Why? That's where we want to go. Out of my way, pretty boy. I mean, that's just great. And it's also a clever move by the Hulk. That's hilarious, guys. Resist? Why? That's where we want to go. Out of my way, pretty boy. Ba-doom! How's that for an interest, Goldilocks? Feel free to follow if you can catch up. Hulk, no, we must wait for the others. Actually, Hulk may have the right idea, Thor. If Doom is aboard, we'll have a better chance of finding him if we find out. Very well. Stay with the copter, Wasp. If Doom should try a flanking movement, get the Major and his pilot out of here. Oh, pooh. I never have any fun. Just give me a moment, Wasp, and I'll be fully loaded and ready. For what, Major? To join in the action. Oh, no, you don't. This is an Avengers mission now, so put down that gun or I'll... Huh. Oh, you will sleep, woman. Such is the will of Dr. Doom. Damn. Several hundred yards away, the green-skinned man-monster discovers an elliptical room. Now, this is the Hulk. It's not Bruce Banner, and still, I hated the Hulk smash years. For 30 years, Hulk, no, like Hulk. I hated that. I love the nasty, smart Hulk of the first 6 issues. And then it's interesting. They had the Hulk with Bruce Banner's brain, 270, 280, going up to 300, and then he went completely mindless when Bruce Banner, quote unquote, died and then came back. He was completely mindless, a complete brute. I mean, the most savage Hulk ever. And then you had this mixture, a little Gray Hulk, a little Savage, a little Bruce Banner in this one new iteration, which was the one that Dale Keown did with, what was it, Peter David. Interesting. It was a complete different blend. But this is the Hulk. He's smart. He's nasty. He's a brute. He can't wait to fight. But he's, listen, it's an elliptical room. What is this? Some sort of test chamber? Something weird about the walls and floor. They shine like polished silver or what the? Teflon? Can't stand. No sooner is he over the threshold than another frictionless wall seals the chamber behind him, and hidden, high-pressure air jets send the Hulk spinning out of control, and he curses. Vooshoom, vtash, being thrown around this room over and over again. While elsewhere in the mammoth craft, confound that Hulk and his insufferable stubbornness. I fear we shall never be able to work as a team. And he's right, because by the third issue, the Hulk comes back. He leaves the Avengers, comes back, and tries to kick their ass with the Submariner, or as Eric July says, the Submariner, or as the Wakanda, which I didn't watch. I saw the little trailer, Namor. Anyway, but as the son of Odin passes beneath the duct, he is suddenly beset by scores of heat-seeking power spheres. Hey, what madness is this? These globes swarm about me. That reminded me of The Incredibles, with Mr. Incredible getting the those balls around him, those big black balls. They suffocated him, knocked him out. Is alive, as though alive, more alive than you soon shall be, Thunder God. I designed these power spheres for the purpose of destroying the entire Fantastic Four. You have hardly been a challenge at all. Just yards away, Iron Man shoots down the corridor like a silent artillery shell. No sign of anything yet. Wait. What's that glow up ahead? It's Doom. Big as life. Glad I shifted my boot jets to whisper mode. I'll put the grab on him before he knows what's... Bzzz. Ugh. Not Doom, some kind of robot sapping my power. System shutting down, just barely enough energy left to power my chest plate, and that's all that keeps my injured heart beating. Once my energy reserves run out, I'm a dead man. Damn, these guys are in dire straits. I mean, they all got dispatched pretty damn quickly by Doom. I mean, he is an evil genius. Simultaneously, several levels away, it feels odd to be running around in costume at my normal size. But I can cover more ground. I can cover more ground more quickly this way than I can as Ant-Man. Major Bowen, what are you doing here? Where's your Wasp? Wasp? I don't know. First things first. Let's get you out of these bonds. Behind you, we're being sealed in. Don't worry, Dr. Doom won't stop me or any other Avenger. The Avengers are here? Of course we are, Major. You brought us here. No, I never even met you before. I've been held prisoner in here for hours. Doom surprised me when I was inspecting this ship. That's right. The Major is quite right, Ant-Man. You are all so easy to fool. Though your government is rightly concerned about my activities, Dr. Doom is always one step ahead of you. That's hilarious. Like that would work. A mask over a big metal mask. That's hilarious. That's comics for you, though. You can live with this. Okay. Comic Books Inc. says a great use of 4 panels. Yep, with the Hulk breaking out of that place. Mikey says his Hulk is great. He really is. Comic Books and Goots, 60s knockout gas is the best. That's right. Dalton Nato. I would love to read a Fantastic Four issue drawn by Bruce Timm. Absolutely. I've seen his versions of the FF, and they're great. I mean, they really are. Imagine a cartoon with that style. Marvel, they're idiots, but they should maybe get them over there. Say, okay, we see what you can do with the icons of DC. How about the FF? That would be awesome. Even at Avengers, Mikey says, "Don't mean to change subject, Bosch, but will you do a stream of drawing the sketches we back?" I can do that. Um, I just got to set up my place. I tried to do that for some reviews, and the problem was just the sound was not good. I got this great mic here. I tried to put it to my phone and put it on this one thing to look over. It didn't work. If I figure out, yeah, I will do that. Thanks for backing, Mikey, by the way. I appreciate it. Yeah, I will do the Pigman things. I will maybe in some way show, you know, me doing it, but I just got to figure it out, guys. Because again, so far right here, I like this better than even showing the books because I can actually be clear, very, very clear, show the art clear. It's all about clarity. It's not even just having the physical books. It's cool, like the artist editions. Yeah, I'd like to do that, but again, I want to get the sound good, the lighting well. So I got to figure it out. Guys, if you remember watching me last year and now, you guys say it's an improvement. I think it is. So. Um, Thanks, Mikey. I will definitely, if you could remind me again at some point, because I do want to take the time to just figure it out how to do that. All right, guys. And those things take pretty long, actually, because I got to sketch out a certain design, pencil it, ink it, shade it. I do like a few different a few different stages there for the sketches. It's not just a pure black and white. And I like doing that. I like putting a little shading, a little lighting here and there. Sometimes the clouds in the back, sometimes buildings or, desert and so on. Those who ordered the the flip book, I hope to get it soon. I told you I had that botched printing. I mentioned it. Someone asked, and I just mentioned the fact that yeah, I took the hit. Of course, I'm gonna pay for a new one. I'm not gonna send shit versions of it. I want you guys to get the ones that you actually paid for. Um, Comic books and cahoots. Doctor Doom is hands down the best villain, if not perhaps the best character in all comics. He's great, man. I mean, he really, really is. And got comic books and cahoots. If you read, if you didn't read Secret Wars, the first one, I was, I think the chat the other day on King, someone said the second one's better. Please, man, please. I read that. I don't remember too much. I don't remember too much. The art wasn't dynamic. It wasn't, superhero art. It was like a painterly, I don't know, conventional, like almost like, I don't know, domesticated. It wasn't dramatic the way the original one was. That story is Doctor Doom's story. That's his comic. It's called, it's called The Secret Wars, and it has all the superheroes and all the villains. It does. He's the dominant character in that entire series, and it's arguably the greatest Doctor Doom story ever. Because I don't, I mean, I read all of Kirby's FF and Burns' FF, and I read, so many stories of Doctor Doom, even when he was a villain in other comics, from the Spider-Man comic, and when Ditko drew in the first 5 issues. He faced a lot of these heroes, Avengers, and so on. That was hands down the best because it gave him everything he ever wanted. He sought it out, paid a massive price for it, and then got it. Got what he wanted, and he couldn't quite deal with it. So damn good, so well written, and Shooter really wrote him well. Shooter wrote everyone well there. I know X-Men fans probably resented the fact that Spider-Man kicked their asses within two pages. I thought that was great. Yeah, it really was. Comic books and coots. And guys, if you haven't, check out John Malin's membership on his YouTube. We did a 2-part review of Secret Wars. It was really fun. Went over the art and everything. I remember looking at the art years ago and noticing that certain anchors, they filled in certain things. Al Milgram inked some pages, Joe Rubenstein, even Art Adams inked some pages over Mike Zeck. And you could tell clearly when Art Adams does it, more so than the others, even though I was able to detect it. I have a pretty good eye for these guys and their general style. But Secret Wars is a Doctor Doom story. And so it's interesting that the next Avengers movie will be called Doomsday and then go into Secret Wars, which is another Doctor Doom story. And if they stick to the original, which according to the brothers Russos, that's the one they always wanted to adapt, Secret Wars. And Marvel hired some other guy, some other unknown guy to do it. Some company guy, I guess. It's like, guys, you got to have better directors to make these movies. You want to make an event movie, bring in people who know what they're doing. Bring in the guys who made the Winter Soldier, who made Civil War, who made Infinity War and Endgame. Those are overall the best Marvel movies, period. Really, really well done. Flaws and all. Winter Soldier, arguably the best of the individual movies. It's so damn good. So let me continue. Thanks, being guys. Always appreciate. Thank you very much. 1 second, guys. Let me see something here quick. Okay. Sorry, guys. 1 second, man. And I read the. Damn it. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. Okay. So, Doom was hiding behind the mask. Doctor Doom is always one step ahead of you. What was his motive for taking on the Avengers? Just to take them on to prove that he can kick their asses? That's hilarious. All has gone exactly as I planned. Individually, you Avengers have all garnered great reputations as, what is the term again? Ah, yes, superheroes. And it is as individuals that you have fallen. Yeah, divide and conquer. A simple time. So he tried to take them out as soon as they formed. Divide and conquer. A simple time-tested strategy for overcoming one's enemies, effective against every foe, from the weakest, he looks at the Wasp, to the mightiest, he looks at the Hulk. I trapped you as easily as I reclaimed this vessel, and now you are all as helpless as the Hulk. Hulk is being thrown around like a rag doll in this room, is being spun, hitting walls over and over again. As powerless as Iron Man, even the god of thunder is not long for this world. Immortal or not, those power spheres shall overwhelm you. Thor, transporting you to another dimension from which there is no escape. And Ant-Man, that's pretty brutal. Sent into another dimension would never escape. And Ant-Man, you'll find this gas a bit less beneficial than the one you use to reduce your size. Check him out. He's like loving it. He's like, yeah. Know that your final moments are being recorded for posterity. Soon the entire world shall see how I have defeated the so-called mighty Avengers. And after you, the Fantastic Four. Then shall Doom be master over all. He's killing us just to demonstrate his power. Exactly. That's why he's doing it. And there's nothing I can do. Or is there? There's no way out. We're done for. Not if I can help it. That's the attitude. Love it. Get down on the deck, Major, away from those vents, and cover your head. I've added a few new tricks to my repertoire since the last time I faced Doom. And a trap designed to hold Ant-Man won't be much good against the power of Giant Man. The full story of Ant-Man's new identity is in Tales to Astonishment number 49. That was just about the most astounding thing I've ever seen. But what do we do now? Now we find the other Avengers, and I think I know where to start. The Hulk should be right about here. Hang on, fella. I've got you. Ant-Man. Giant Man now. I'll explain later. The others are in deadly danger. This way. Give me a second. Okay, let's go. Check out. Check him out. He smells the Hulk. Imagine the Hulk's puke. How bad it smells. But again, look at this Hulk, man. A little flabby there, hairy, not as cut up as usual, not as muscular, like with a lean waist. It's a thick waist, and that brow. It's fantastic. It's so damn good. Really good movement here, man. No, we're too late. Thor's already like a ghost. At least he's going down swinging, Hulk says with a little respect in his voice. Even as he fades away, Thor continues to struggle desperately against the spheres. Faster, ever faster he spins. Faster than the eye can. I love this right here, guys. Look at that. That's really, really good. Big time. And again, look at this. Look at the Hulk here. That's so damn good. The movement right there, he is on it. Okay. Faster, ever faster he spins, faster than the eye can follow, until he has created a vortex which tears at the very fabric of reality, obliterating the spheres in a single blinding burst of energy. That's a great sound balloon. Soft. Doom knew naught of my hammer Mjolnir's power to transcend time and space. Lucky you, the Hulk says. Hurry, we still have to save Iron Man. That thing's killing him. Not for long. Look at that. Weak. Need recharge. Take heart, Avenger. All the power of the storm is mine to command and control. Look at that. Some jumpstart. You okay, Shellhead? I'll be fine. Let's get Doom. Excuse me. That went right there. That's a great Hulk face right there. What the hell? I can't. Okay. Look at that face. Look at our brow. That's so damn good. And again, the little Kirby lines, the jagged lines. So good. While in the craft's central communications room, the camera stands ready. Bring me that globe, automaton. The first image the whole world shall see is the Wasp, helpless in the hands of Victor Von Doom. Suddenly, that hammer. No, it cannot be. Ksh. Your iniquitous scheme has failed, mortal. Now you shall learn why we are called the Avengers. Doctor Doom is no mere mortal Asgardian. Patam! Zounds! None but the radioactive man has ever deflected Mjolnir. He's using some kind of electromagnetic force field. That's a great shot. Iron Man didn't have the best suit back in those days, but that's a hell of a shot of it by Timm. Really, really nice. And these movements are really good too, man. Those movements of the characters, very dynamic. He's using some kind of electromagnetic force field. A properly phased repulsor blast should take care of that. Bah, it matters little now. Boom. Doom's bugging out. Figures he'd have an escape ready. He's not getting away that easy. Again, another of the 4 panels that comic books includes noted when the Hulk's in there. It's like the old Kirby late 60s FF where he had like 4 panels for a lot of them, even 3 sometimes. A lot of action can be put in there, a lot of big, bold shots. He's not getting away that easy. What a great shot. Look at that. That's so damn good. A lot of meaty, figure. The mitts that he has. Look at those feet. The 4 toes, which is how Kirby did draw him for a bit, which is hilarious. Doom. Maybe the FF let you get away, but you won't escape me. You dare? Zach. Fool. Doom never surrenders. That is pure Kirby right there. If that was your best shot, you just made a big mistake. Now you've made me mad. No, Hulk, don't. Back off, Iron Man. Nobody tells me what to do. He rips his head off. Check out what happens next. Iron Man says, whew. For a second, I thought, how'd you know that was a robot? Robot? We must hasten to find the real Doom. I love that. That's great from Roger Stern. That's great. What the devil? The forward corridors are impassable, and the whole craft is listing to the port. Doom must be scuttling it. We have to get out of here, but we can't get back to the copter. Then we'll just have to find another way out. Love that. Love that attitude. I found an ejection pod, but it's just big enough for one. Get in, Major. No, Iron Man. I have a duty to fulfill. The Wasp should take the pod. The Wasp and Ant-Man could. No, we're not running out on you. I don't believe this, the Hulk says. It's a great shot, man. Again, Hulk's a standout in this one. We don't have no time for the noble hero game. Hey, what are you? Just saving the cost of a military funeral, Major. Your rash act has saved one life, Hulk, but jeopardized two others. At insect size, Ant-Man and the Wasp could have used that pod as well. She just said they wouldn't. Now shut up and give me a hand. He's right, Thor. We have to create our own exit. Twice, Iron Man says that the Hulk's right against Thor. Crunch. Time to bail, folks. It's now or never. Ant-Man, Wasp, assume your smaller sizes. Upon my shoulders shall you escape this doomed vessel. That's hilarious. Upon my shoulders shall you escape this doomed vessel. Geronimo, the Hulk says. Wow. Wasp says. Incredible. Oh, okay. That was Thor, clearly. Okay. Ant-Man, assume. And then he goes, of course, that's Thor. I thought it was Iron Man for a second. I was like, what the? Upon my shoulders shall you escape this doomed vessel. That is Thor. Incredible, Iron Man says. Doom sacrificed that amazing craft just to try to stop us. He's still stuck on that one craft. That's hilarious. Two geniuses. It's also great when they get together, Iron Man and Dr. Doom. They did that in the old, what was it? The first run of Dale Michelini, John Romita Jr., and Bob Layton. And then years later, there was another one. I think they had different artists. It could have been Mike Bright, I believe. Mark Bright. I believe he penciled it and Layton inked it. But that first one was great. They went back in time. They were really stuck there. Yeah. They had to really work together to get out. So awesome. And they were impressed with each other. Incredible. Doom sacrificed that amazing craft just to try to stop us. And still he failed, as shall all who dare oppose the mighty Avengers. That's great. Moments later, on a rocky Long Island shore. So much for Doom's flying death trap. I hope it cost him plenty. Same here. Thanks for taking a point, Hulk. Huh. Somebody had to. And you really saved the day, Ant-Man. How'd you grow? Trade secret. Maybe I'll tell you someday. Nice character moments, man. But this little lady deserves credit for the save. And don't you forget it, big man. While Doom was busy ignoring me, I was checking out the on-screen schematics of his ship. And as I figured out everyone's locations, I transmitted the directions to Ant. Or rather, Giant Man. Nice. Great shot of the Hulk. Again, look at that. Still, Doom played us all for fools. I hate that. Oh, look on the bright side, Hulk. We overcame Doom's traps, and he certainly won't be using that ship again. I just wish that armor-plated creep had gone down with his ship, but I doubt it. Indeed, given his skills with robotics, I wonder, did we ever face the true Dr. Doom at all? Miles away, a lone, grim figure watches the Avengers' every move with grudging respect. You may never know, Asgardian. You may never know. The Avengers have survived their baptism of fire at the hands of Marveldom's most enigmatic mastermind. But next issue, the super team will be shaken to its very core by the menace of the bizarre space phantom. Miss it not. Hilarious. That's so good, man. Let me get this. Okay. JEC Russo brothers have fallen off. Their last movie for Netflix, Electric State, cost 360 million, and no one likes it. I heard that. Um, I don't know. I think they did great work in Marvel. Maybe it's the characters. Maybe they're not good at creating characters, but they're good at making movies of established ones. Maybe that's the case because we know that they made some really damn good Marvel movies. The best that Marvel had to offer, really. Again, Winter Soldier is great. It's just great, and they did that. They wrote it. I think. Well, they directed it. I think they had some story ideas in it, but they had the same guy. One of the co-writers of all those movies will be writing Doomsday and and the Secret Wars, but the other guy won't be able to. So I don't know. It's not the whole team back, but I'm going to give it a chance. I'm not going to be this naysayer and oh no, it's Marvel, Disney sucks. It's like No Way Home was great. I loved it. Um, some other stuff, Daredevil was good. The series, the new series. Thunderbolts, I don't know. I might watch. I might not. I don't know if I'm somewhere and whatever. Maybe I might pop in, but I have no desire to go and watch it. Um, Art says Marvel washed. Let's watch AI generated memes instead. That's a thing, It's like they got these great icons, and they have rats in control of them right now, who hate heroes in general. But you're still going to sneak in some people who do care. They might keep quiet about it, but they care and they want to do a good job. Do we ever hear anything from the guy who directed those Spider-Man movies? Whatever you thought about the Spider-Man movies, I never heard a peep out of him politically or anything. Never put in any bullshit. He was able to create that really good movie with all the three Spider-Man. I thought that was damn good. Um, and it made over a billion, what, close to 2 billion? It worked. The story worked. It was done well, and the actors were great. And it was just fun. It was a fun adventure seeing all those guys back from Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin to Alfred Molina's Doctor Octopus. Great villains, great performances, um, good stuff. Uh, Comic books in cahoots. Despite all the Marvel films, Disney's greatest superhero movies are still the two incredible films. I just rewatched those recently, by the way. Comic books in cahoots, fantastic. And even the second one, I know it doesn't get the praise, but it's good. And it's not this idea. It's just you go girl. I see that it can be perceived as that, but in the end, they all come through. They all come together as a family the way that the way it happened in the first one. So it was dominated by Incredible in the first one, dominated by her in this one, but in the end, the family comes together and fights the bad guys and saves the day. So well done. The word is that there'll be a third one coming up 2 years, 2 years or next year. Bruce, what's his name? What is his name? Not Bruce Timm. If you guys can remember his name, almost. What the hell? 1 second, guys. Brad Bird. Hulk the Killer. That's right. Hail Jimmy. Great splash page. Yeah, man, this whole thing is damn good. Comic books and we said Doom and Iron Man time travel to Camelot. Right. Great stuff. Mikey Getz says Iron Man still shellhead to me. Never liked him outside the movies or Demon in a Bottle. So you never liked him in the comics, Mikey? Yeah, there's Demon in a Bottle. That was good. That was good stuff. Armor Wars 2 with John Byrne and John Romita Jr. I thought that was great. The one that Warren Ellis wrote was good. I like the Shellhead thing. Bob and Casey, your comic looks great. My comic, Bob, thank you. I appreciate it. Just a quick look, Bob, if you haven't seen it. Here's a 9-page preview. Just wanted to skim through it a little, get another idea, another look at it. And there was something the old day. Yellow Trash was trashing me and Vasilis Lolos and saying, Pigman, that piece is shit. And Ethan was kind enough to defend it as you heard it, just to say that while it's deceptively primitive, he called it simple art. That is my style. I don't make any bones about trying to add detail that I think can bring more lines there than bring more lines in the convention. That's how I used to call it. Like when Jim Lee was out there, I said, well, the more lines he puts on faces, like 1,000 lines, he'll get more lines at the conventions. It's funny, but there's a truth to it. But I do appreciate that Ethan just defended the idea that like, who's this guy to trash Bosch Fawston and Vasilis Lolos? It's like, this guy, what a presumptuous bastard. And I do appreciate it. I do, because we're very, very different, me and Ethan, when it comes to our sensibilities, clearly. But the fact is, he's a storyteller, I'm a storyteller. That's the key. That's underneath everything else, all the surface art. I'm telling a story. He's telling a story. In the end, that's what we actually are. And that's not what Yellow Flash or Average July is. I think Average July actually said something the old day, like, story is where we're at. It's like, no, you're not. You're not about story. That's a lie. Even if Chuck is, even if Mike is and all that, the universe sucks. It's like, you get a shit character, I don't care how great the writer is. It's tough to pull it off. Tough to get something good out of shit. Now, if they were allowed to create, if Chuck was able to come in and create the story for Isom, it would have been 10 times better. But Eric is not smart, so he didn't do that. But anyway, so here's a 9-page preview, guys. If you haven't seen it, again, I'm not here to try to impress. I'm not here to try to. I'm telling the story in the best way that I know how, and I try to keep it, close to the bone in terms of what I'm telling. Because again, I don't want to confuse the reader. I want you to follow me panel by panel by panel to the story. That's what's important to me, and I appreciate those of you who do appreciate that without getting on me about, what the hell, man. Where's the lines? It's like, look, I mean, something like this, I didn't skimp here. I don't skimp when it comes to details here. I'm not cutting corners. I just don't want to get in the way either. I don't want to fill up this entire thing. I mean, I got my backgrounds here. I got everything there. It's like, it's it all makes sense. Got all these books here that are on my bookshelf. Okay, what the hell? Where are the lines there? I don't think they were necessary. I think it's more dramatic this way, with a black plane. Were the planes black on 9/11? No. I make them look like missiles, like coming down. Of course, it's going straight, but it looks like it's coming down to New York City, like a bomb. That was my intent there, and make it like a bat out of hell. Some evil force, something good turn into a weapon. That was my thinking there. And then, of course, going full silhouette there. And these are my 5 covers, guys. This is Pigman taking on a whole swath of these jihadists. They're scared shit, breaking that guy's neck, punching that guy to death. As I always say, even the guys with the Kalashnikovs are shaking. That guy's playing dead. His fat pig is like scared, and the other guy is yellow. He's literally a yeller, running for his life. Um, this one has become it's the best-selling cover. I have it as a print and also as a sticker on this campaign, guys. I also have a new reward here. I'll show you in 1 second. This cover shows all the four main characters. This story echoes this story, the twin brothers, and then the best friends who used to write against Islam and jihad. Now they're mortal enemies. After 9/11, after the second plane hits, Super Jihad, who is Dr. Muhammad, falls to his knees and, for the first time in years says Allahu Akbar and means it. He felt in his mind, in his twisted mind, the power of Allah. They were able to bring these towers down. And once the second plane hit, no one had any doubts. If there was any doubt of an accident, second plane hit, Frank Warner, Pigman. As soon as the second plane hits, he says, it's in his narrative, Islam, Jihad. Here's Pigman making his vow at the tombstone of the Twin Towers. His goal is to end jihad forever, period. Lofty, but that is his goal. This is the fifth cover. I have some other ideas also, guys. I got these hard index card drawings. They're on very hard index cards that I draw, pencil, ink, and a shade with side of these pencils. Check this out. I got these. It's so damn good. This company, Blackwing pencils, and check this out. This is the Bruce Lee edition from Game of Death. How cool is that, guys? Let me show you the box. Right here. The Bruce Lee edition. Blackwing. Beautiful, beautiful pencils. And they're really dark. Really dark. You could draw something here and not even have to ink it. So I've done some drawings with these. They're beautiful. And they're hard. They don't break easy. Which is a strange thing because usually, the darker pencils are soft and all that. And they have this wonderful, let me show you. 1 second, guys. I do recommend them. A little expensive, but I think it's worth it. They have this really nice sharpener also. It's like multiple levels here. It's just so damn cool, and it's rock solid. And it's rare that it breaks the tip. Very rare. Which is awesome. So it's awesome. Also, guys, if you're interested, I just sold 2 of my recreations of my Muhammad cartoons, my Winnie Muhammad cartoon, the one behind me right there, as you can see. You can't draw me. That's why I draw you. That's a canvas version of it. I just sold 2 more. I have 5 left, 5 out of 20. When that's done, that's done. There won't be any more left. So if you're interested, you can see it at the top of my store, boschfalston.com. Check it out. And I'm down to 3 now of my Peaceful Death Threats books, where I basically monetize my would-be murderers. I put, I have thousands of death threats, so I put hundreds in 2 volumes of books. I could do a few more volumes at least, because again, they become a little annoying. The fact is that I collect them, and I use the best death threats, the least repetitive ones, at least, even though they still get repetitive to an extent. And I roast them throughout the entire book as well. Not all the threats, but a lot of them in red ink with a comic font that I type in there. It's fun. So check those out. I got 3 left, guys, of the Peaceful Death Threats books. I have my Muhammad, Winning Muhammad cartoon there as well. Check it out. It's probably end up being the most famous thing that I think I'll do. It's become far more known than I am. That when people hear about me, they're like, "Oh yeah, the guy who drew that cartoon. That's my name. The guy who drew that Woody Muhammad cartoon." A lot of people don't even know my name, but they know the cartoon, and that's cool. There's power in that, because it's the idea of the cartoon, the basic, simple act of defiance. You can't draw me. That's why I draw you. So check it out, guys. There are 5 left. I'm down to 5. They're expensive. They're $500, but I think it's worth it. I almost died at that event where I was announced as a winner for that cartoon. So I think if you want a little piece of that, it'll be me redrawing it. It won't be exactly like it. I mean, I change it up a little, just slightly, um, but it's more or less the same cartoon. Okay, guys. I'm gonna check this out, guys. Thanks for the commentary. Thanks for being here, guys. Always appreciate it. And thank you for backing Pigman, those who have. And if you haven't, please consider it. This is something very different. And again, Ethan was kind enough to say, to counter the vicious attack, the uncalled for attack from Yellow Flash against me and Lolos and Bacillus. Our work is shit and all that. It's like, come on, man. I mean, I guess you could say a lot about me, but I put in the work. I studied writing as if my life depended on it. The way I study Islam, I had to get to the point where I can make this an entertaining story. You know how hard it is to pull off having a story that deals with a topic that no one wants to talk about in a lot of ways, Islam, jihad, dealing with a subject that's just dark as hell, going after beheaders and people who fly planes and towers, and trying to make it engaging and entertaining. I think I pulled it off. According to Daniel Greenfield, I did, and I love Daniel Greenfield. He wrote the best review I've ever had in my life. You guys can read it on my at my website, boschfalls.com, in the blog area. You can link to it. It was more than just a review. It was a guy discussing art and comics and superheroes and our culture and what this story meant to him as an observer of all that. He said it's the closest thing to Dark Knight post 9/11 in terms of something that deals with the culture. Because Miller had a lot of talking heads. I got a lot of talking heads in here as well, and I love that stuff. I eat it up. And of course, there's action. I love action as well. I don't, I don't begrudge that on others or myself. I want to make these exciting, brutal scenes against these savages, and I also want to have a battle of ideas between the brothers and these guys here at a convention. All these different cartoonists. If you haven't seen this, guys, it's worth. Let me show you if I can pull this up here. Okay. You got one guy here is a Muslim cartoonist. His comic book is America with the Crescent and Islamic America. This is a Catholic who wants to make the ecumenical idea. All religions are like, the same, and we all should work together. The ecumen, like the X-Men. And it's a Muslim with a Christian and a Jew in a really fruity way. They all got their symbols and they're smiling and they're wrapping arms around each other. It's ludicrous. And then you got this one of this leftist communist made a comic book called Love at First Fight. It's an Israeli soldier and a Palestinian soldier, as he says, terrorist. Gay guys. It's like Brokeback Mountain, in the Middle East. That's what this guy describes it. And then you got Pigman comic book within the comic book, Killing Duke, my stand-in. And things like that. And it's fun. It's like 5 or 6 pages of a battle of ideas going on in the culture, in the comic book industry. And I expand that later on, guys, with Killian entering the fray of Muhammad cartoons. And there's a contest that takes place. And I'm going to use some of what I went through as well. So that'll be exciting, to revisit it in my mind and take it a little different directions. Nothing here is. Sometimes people assume like what Killian goes through. I go, no, I haven't. There are some things, sure. Our background, his Albanian Islamic background, all that, yes. Certain things created in the comic book, clearly post 9/11, the reaction to it, of course. But there's a lot of other stuff here. And things like this also, guys. Madmen, misogynist dying and killing for 72 women, only in Islam. I find that stuff funny. And it's true. What's their ultimate dream that they want, these misogynists? They want 72 quote unquote virgins. It's like, okay, you're willing to give it all up for women, but you hate them. Even though, of course, it doesn't exist and all that, but still, that's the motive, that's the idea. And if you notice, there is a slight influence from the Dark Knight to Pigman's look. It's not obvious because, of course, the color scheme and so on, but the spirit of it is there. And the only difference is that Pigman does kill these guys without a second thought. Killing them saves lives. That's in his mind. That's in my mind. Killing jihadists saves lives. That's what he does. So it's fun. Let me read some comments here, guys. Thanks for your time. Okay, this is the new thing I have here. It's the original cover to the old Pigman comic book, the old one from 15 years ago. Pigman. Now, this is a stealth Muhammad cartoon. That's Pigman grabbing the beard of Muhammad. I thought that years ago, and it's just I never really. I mentioned maybe sometimes, but most people don't know about it. You guys know about it. It's Muhammad at the pigskin leather gloved hands, exploiting his bigotry, grabbing him by the beard, him being scared shit. So that's another card along with this trading card as well. So that's the new reward here. I'll be closing it the end of next month or early July. So get it while you can, guys. I hope that once you guys read it, you'll be back strong for issue 2. I believe that will be the case. I do believe word of mouth in Comicsgate will also bring some more attention to it once you guys read it. Because again, it's whatever the concept is, whatever you think about it. Ethan also did say in that one video, I think it's 2 trash casts ago. I think it was 2 trash casts ago, where he had that he was EFAPing the Yellow Flash post launch thing video where he was trashing Comicsgate and me and Vassilis Lolos and Ethan and then John and so on. Just trashing. Really recklessly. I gotta say, to the point where it's like, bro, you're a goddamn YouTuber. You have no business talking to artists about what art is or isn't. He actually made fun of John Malin for drawing Cable in a mocking way. It's like, that's a popular character. He's a popular character. It's like whatever else he is, whatever else created by Rob Liefeld and all that, but he becomes part of this serious aspect of the X-Men lore with with Scott Summers and Jean Grey or Madeline Pride. So it's a big character. The idea where he is to dismiss that it's ridiculous, talking out of his ass. And again, it also tells you the contempt that these YouTubers have for actual cartoonists who actually will do this for no money and will do this and go hungry, as I believe a number of us have in comics. It's not the most rewarding thing. It can be, but in general, not really. It's the love, it's the desire to get it out there that motivates you, that brings it out into the world. Who was demanding? I had to do it. I had to do this. I had to react to 9/11. I had to react to the atrocity with my knowledge about Islam and my understanding of comics, my love of comics, and combine it and go out there and make a character called Pigman. Fight this enemy. Can you create a worse enemy than this? Villains? I don't think so. I don't think so. I know there are cool villains and all that, like Doctor Doom and stuff, but Doctor Doom won't be flying planes into towers and cutting heads off and slaughtering children, babies, and kidnapping them, and raping men and women. These guys, they rape women, and they also rape men. And that's part of their dehumanization of it. It's monsters. There's no line they won't cross. And that's why they need a ruthless ex-Muslim wearing pigskin leather to exploit their bigotry to go after him. That's why Pigman is as he is, and I would really appreciate your support, guys. So thank you very much. Thanks for allowing me to pitch this. And give me 1 second. Let me show you this trailer that Shanth on Jetty made. Thanks, guys. And the Shanth had this great idea where he made the title font Pigman in pigskin leather. I haven't done that yet myself, so that's so cool that they did that, because that's something I would definitely do at some point as well. I think when the hardcover comes out, I have the hardcover edition in pigskin leather. I will, I think, do the font with pigskin leather as well, which is awesome. So cool. So thanks to Shanth for this class. What a great way of showing my comic. Okay, guys, let me read some commentary here. Appreciate you being here, as always. Thanks again. Thank you for your support. And thanks, Bob. I do appreciate it, man. You know, it's I don't know. I mean, I'm I don't separate it. I'm a cartoonist. I'm on the wavelength that Miller and Eisner had in that book, where they don't see it as two things, like the writing and the it's one thing to me also as a cartoonist, writing and drawing. But ultimately, it's what is the genesis? What's the first thing, guys? Story. What are you doing when you're drawing this thing? You're storytelling. So it's story, 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 story. And that's why I don't get caught up, I think, in the window dressing. I don't care for that. I love bold, strong images. Again, I won't skimp when it comes to cityscapes and such. Detail when necessary, absolutely. But I just don't, I love the high impact images without getting in the way of faces also. Like, again, while I do like Jim Lee's art at times, I'm even getting his Batman thing. Just some, there's some stuff in there that's like worth looking at. But then, 100 dashes on the face, I don't care for that. It gets in the way. It's covering up. I don't care for that, really. I love, if you saw the Wolverine, sorry, yeah, the Wolverine graphic novel that I checked out the other day with John Buscema pencil and inked. Check that out, guys. It's beautiful, beautiful art. And he doesn't skimp, but he also doesn't add unnecessary lines to the work either. Also, check out a few streams ago, Alex Toth's story of this dark future. Really, really good, guys. I mean, really good. So check that out as well. All right. Thanks again, Bob. Again, I just mentioned because I think I've been trashed in my art, especially in Comics 8, and not Comics 8. Maybe some Comics 8, like, ugh, I can't read that. Look at it. I don't know what they expect. I don't know. Again, are you ever going to see Jim Lee or anyone else as drawing this kind of story? Jim Lee, it's like this, guys. He wants to be the star. He don't want the writer to dominate him, and he don't want either Frank Miller at his best either. He didn't care to draw that story that Frank Miller wrote, that wacky one. He gets a Jeff Loeb. He gets a Scott Snyder, Superman. He doesn't get really great writers to step up. Like LeBron James doesn't get a Phil Jackson. He had an opportunity to get Phil Jackson. He didn't want it. It tells you something about him. Instead, he gets his wine-drinking buddy, podcasting co-host, who has no experience coaching in the NBA, coaching the Lakers. They got knocked out in the first round. They won one game. That's horrific. Tell you something about him though. He wants to be the star. He wants to be the guy in control. I think Jim Lee has that as well. Whereas other guys, you want to work with the best of the best. You want to be able to push yourself. Maz Kelly was always great in Daredevil, especially when he started inking it, and then he went supernova after Frank Miller joined him. He just got 10 times better, issue by issue by issue. He was that damn good. Um, JEC says Russo brothers are good showrunners. They came from television. Yeah, worked on Community and some other shows. I do remember that. The episodic nature of the MCU worked in their favor. They're not great at creating original. That's what it is. I believe that's clearly what it is because I think I saw one of their movies with who was it? Ryan Gosling and Chris Evans. Pretty forgettable. You know, for a 2 hour thing, it might be okay. It doesn't stay with you. They're not original guys, clearly. I think they're franchise guys. I think they love a lot of the old movies, and they can't bring that out in themselves. But they're good at taking these established characters and doing some interesting stuff with them. JEC, my favorite Disney superhero movie is Rocketeer. Love it. Just saw that recently as well. It's funny, just saw it recently, and I was looking through the Dave Stevens, the hardcover collection, which is absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. It's a slipcase. The cover's fantastic. I wasn't sure right now, but I'll I'll review that on my digital one. Because again, I think this is the best way to review the books, guys. I do. I think I want to be you wanted to show you clear as hell and pull up the panels if I have to. I think it's important also. Rocketeer is great. So fun, so well done, such a wholesome movie. You know, Disney at its best, taking this property created by an individual and bringing out the best. I mean, the actors were great. You know, it's really, really well done. Art says, never watched Incredibles 2. I'll have to give it a watch. It's worth it, Art. I know it got flack. I know people won't forgive it for not being the original. There is that factor, but it's quality. It is quality. It's good. It's fun. Not as good. I will say that. The first one's great. I hope the next one's going to be great. We'll see. Mikey Getz says, you're way better than Dillard Pachelel. I appreciate it, but, I've seen Diller has his one thing, his comic for, he has it on here, actually, on for my comic. It looks fun. And I'll tell you something. The buckler, look at this. Right there alone, this is better art than I saw on anything on the yellow trash comic. I mean, it has a lot of stuff going on there. Um, looks like the Phantom. Look at that. Looks good. Looks fun. Look at that. I wish we saw more of the art, though. You know, you got to show more. You got to show the cover clear. He's not showing it here, but the cover looks fun. So if I'm gonna back anything, I mean, I backed a few comics on here as well, and a few others. So pretty cool, guys. Pretty cool. So that does look good. Back to this, guys. Comic books in Kahoot says Yellow Flash is a moronic pussy. He's really bad, man. He's a drunkard, a slob. I listened to him, I think 2 or 3 times. I was like, woof, wow. This guy's saying nothing. He's echoing everything around him in a bad way, in a dumber way. And he slurs his words. And there's like this thing. I think even Vito does it. It's like they can't show any passion they're afraid to. I don't know. They're afraid to. It's very strange. It's like I put on Frog Tony all day, and you got Vito on there, and he's talking like this, and it's something about it. It's so phony. It's a front, and it's like Yell Flash has that as well. It's like too cool for school, afraid to show what they actually believe and think and feel. Um, I relate it to like the passion, the overt passion of Jordan and Kobe playing. you know, Jordan's tongue out. When he's angry. When he's happy. It's not. And the other guys play it cool. It's like, nah, man, you're cutting your athleticism. You're cutting your effort in half. Meaning you're conscious of the fact that I gotta keep cool here. No, let it out. Be yourself. Be honest. You know, express yourself. And that's what I see from that. It's a complete pose. It's shit. And they're afraid to take a true stand. I heard that he sold out one of his friends because there was some rumors that he was something that he wasn't. Just chucked him. It's like, okay. JEC said the guy who was mentioned in Ed Piscor's suicide note. If you could follow up, JEC. I was mentioning something, I don't know, but let me know. Bob and Casey, I back cover 40 all day. Thanks a lot, Bob. Appreciate it. John Malin owns the original art to that cover, by the way. Um, he bought it at one of the auctions, and that was cool as hell. And I brought it in a little closer. It's a little slightly different because I brought in the fist and the tower is a little closer than the original one, but that's the original art, the original drawing from that. I thought it was a cool way to just have one of them be black and white. Every cover is very different than the other, also. Like a classic superhero battle scene, a close up here, four main heads, a black and white one here, and then this profile. I thought it was cool to change it up, mix it up, and this thing also is interesting, guys. That technique right there. Usually, I do that with a brush. This look right here, like that. But I did it with this Sharpie Magnum. Look at this. It is awesome. Potent smell, man. It's really cool. And it looks, it's a thick little thing, right? Thick as hell. Well, it makes these incredibly sharp lines and very different than a brush. Very different. Look at that. Look at the texture. So damn cool. Worked out beautifully. I did that with this also. I did that with this on Kings this past Monday. The idea was Joker. So I do Joker and Batman. I was told that my Batman is soy, which is hilarious in the chat. And it's funny also. I wasn't going for a classic old feel. I just drew what I drew, and it's if it ends up looking that way, cool. And someone said this looks like manga, and I'm like, I can see that. I didn't intend to, but I can see that. There's something about it. I try to, I love the Mass Kelly one, and that's what I was thinking. And if you haven't seen this, I'm going to be inking this. I just finished 2 of those Muhammad cartoons today, so I'll be inking this. I'll be coloring it with Shanth's color palette in mind, and just as a thank you, really, for making that incredible, trailer for me. Just, doing it on his own initiative. It's very, very kind, man. Comic Sketch has been fantastic, guys. I mean, I'm really, really proud to be here, and it's just a little overwhelmed at times, to be honest. The support, the respect, the nice give and take here. Appreciate the hell out of it. Thanks, guys. Flatty one, always consider and review good criticism, but in the end, tell your stories your way, and those that appreciate will follow. That's for sure, Flatty. No doubt about it. Take it in, and you'll know. And it's not how does Every July talk about it? positive, negative, and guys, you know, sometimes people that you hate will tell you things that are true, and you'll be able to tell. And you could say, you know what, they're right, and they're an asshole, but they're right, and you'll know that, and they could improve your work. So keep that in mind. Um, huh. Cutting in and out a bit, Bosch. That sucks. Let me see what I can do. Let me know. I just try to pull out the thing, pull it back in. Let me see. Testing, testing. Let me know, guys. Let me go to the bottom and see. Yes, good faith. Yes, 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 yes. Good faith, bad faith, criticism. Criticism. You'll know. You'll know if they're just nasty fucks like Yellow Flash, who has zero. That's not criticism. That's just a nasty swipes at people who he doesn't know. Um, and since they're aligned on the other side with the other guy, then they're bad type thing. You can't call Vasilis Lolo shit. You can't. But he did, and that's just way out of line. And trashing it, and like charging that is like, bitch, you're charging 35 for shit. Who are you talking about? Marvel hired him. You know, My Chemical Romance. Musicians hired him. He worked for other companies. He's an Eisner Award winner. Come on, guys, that's ridiculous. He's an artist. Randall says, I noticed a change you need to make to the campaign. The one at all, say all four covers. Okay. Thanks, man. I'm going to get to that. Let me get to that right now, actually. I appreciate it. Thanks, Randall. Let me get to that right now. Appreciate it. Hope you guys don't mind. I'm just going to do this quick. These edits can be done pretty fast, even though I had a little problem the other day getting in the right sections at times. Actually, it says get all 5 covers, but let me see the other one with one at all. Okay, the one at all one. Okay. Thanks, Randall. Appreciate it. I appreciate it, Randall. Thank you very much. Let's just test that out right now. In progress. You have saved it. Okay. Now, let me test it. Let me go here. Boom. All 5 covers. Thanks, Randall. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay. Mikey says he has that, and it's 5 covers. Yeah. It was on the one at all. He was clear. Yes, the one at all. Say all 4 covers. Comic Books and Hoots. You got brass balls, Bosch. It's very kind of you to say, man. Thank you very much, man. Thank you. Mikey Getz says, "You ever watch Homeland, Bosch? Only mainstream thing I remember about Islam." I don't know why, but I didn't. But I heard about the premise, and I heard that they went a little wobbly at times. The guy becomes the American soldier. If you guys don't know, sorry, but I didn't watch it, so I know about this. American soldier becomes a jihadist, tries to kill the president or the vice president. Is that right, Mikey? I like 24. That was good, and they took on jihadists a number of seasons. One season, actually, um, they apologized before the episode, or Care to Care, which is a stealth jihadist group. Terrible. And then they came back with a vengeance. I think season 8 years later, after season 7 years later, they had a season 8, and an Islamic family, father, son, wife, terrorists, jihadists, and the way they were dispatched was awesome, worth watching, guys. Kiefer Sutherland was great, and whatever his politics, he clearly didn't let it get in the way of him. He clearly did not let it get in the way of his work, which was awesome. Um, okay. Comic Book Single Hoot says 1 million is worth 10,000 yellow flashes for sure. It's ridiculous. I mean, who the fuck is he to talk shit about anyone? It's ridiculous. Again, you got to put these guys in their places at times. It's to be not to be arrogant about it, but these guys are YouTubers, sit on their asses, talk a lot of shit for years, trash, 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 and then on top of that, when it's time for them to, hey, I got 500,000 followers. Maybe I'm going to make comics now. Meaning, there's no hunger there. There's no desire to be the best. There's no desire to tell stories. Because you do that when you're not when you don't have any followers. You tell stories because you have to. You're compelled to. It's an inner fire. It's an inner we're self-motivated. We're self-motivated. We don't get motivated by things outside of that. And we wish to get a large audience through the work eventually. So, and I'm learning my way here, guys. I was never a YouTuber before. I'm starting to get the little hang of it. I enjoy it. I can't do it as much as others might, but I like it. I do like it. Um, yeah, Mikey says it's free comic book day tomorrow. By the way, yep. A man called Plush. Hey, Plush. No wonder why Pigman catches my eye. Not only the hard crime element, but color aesthetic. Echoes Wolverine color scheme. Thanks, man. Man called Plush. Yeah, that's probably no doubt. Maybe, but I think the color scheme, in my mind at least, when I realized pigskin leather would be part of it, I was like, that was a eureka moment. I was like, first of all, I love that color. I love the color rust. And it also connects him with his creator, with the reddish hair, like the rust hair almost. Connects him there. Here also, guys, here he has a pigskin leather jacket, like Pigman wears on his suit. He has a Pigman symbol on him, and the hair looks a little like that same color. Not exactly, but a little like it. So it echoes it. It echoes its creator on the suit, and then like a crimson red black suit, a la Daredevil, but more black than Daredevil. And but like warm colors, like Wolverine with that brown suit, the brown and beige. It's awesome. That's his suit. That's the one that works best. The yellow and blue, never understood it. And again, I will admit it looks great in the movie. How? I don't know. They found a way to make it look cool. Light blue and yellow. Crazy, but it works. But I want to see that brown one. And they did show it actually in the movie and it looked pretty damn cool. It didn't have the mask with it. I would have loved to have seen that suit in the mask. And I hope Wolverine in Secret Wars, which I imagine he will be in, Hugh Jackman will have the brown suit. I hope so. That'll look awesome. And this drawing here is funny you mentioned that Man Called Plush because I don't think I was conscious of it, but as I was drawing, I was like, this reminds me of like a Byrne Wolverine style. The mouth, the scruff, just the way it looks, the little lines, because sometimes Wolverine had little sharp lines on his suit on the sides, and it has it here on his face, like little cuts. So there's that as well. Pretty cool. Flutterbat. Hey, Flutterbat. How's it going? God leads people to where they need to be. That's why you're at CG Bosch. Thank you. I am an atheist. I left Islam and left all religion, but I do appreciate it. The well wishes I get from religious people. I never resent it. I do appreciate it though. Thank you. It's like David Harwich, who passed away this week. Unfortunately, a great man. Man, he was responsible for giving a lot of work to me. For 14 years, I drew thousands of political cartoons, which I will publish in a collection one day. Thousands, guys. Um, Work that I needed, work that I loved, work that was important for a lot of articles, for campaign posters at campuses against Hamas for years. Was doing that, showing all these pro-terrorist professors, drawing them, and so on. That I did a book cover for David. I also did pamphlet covers, and I mentioned him because he. I just mentioned him right now. Okay, he was raised by communists. I was raised by Muslims who fled Albania because of communism. But there is something very close. Communists and Muslims, communism and Islam. They're both totalitarian. They're both anti-individualist. They're both freedom, anti-liberty. They're tyrannical. They are collectivist. They're about otherism, others at all times. To hell with the individual. And he even said he couldn't quite make it, to believe in God and being raised an atheist and most of life as atheist. And I couldn't, once I left, that was it. But I do, I judge individuals not on the basis of what religion they follow, because I got to say, I know people who are shit, who are religious, and people who are great, who aren't, and so on. People who are great, who are religious, and people who are shit, who are atheists. It doesn't say a lot, no matter what you might believe, because I know that people say God's the answer. It's like, really? What the fuck's up with the Middle East? You know? Well, that's not God. Yes, it might not be yours, but that's their God. That's a hellhole. They actually believe it also. They believe in their God. They believe that they have to act in this horrific way against others. So thanks, Flutterbat. But anyway, I judge people on who they are individually, whatever religion they follow. I got cousins, Muslim cousins. One I spoke to recently. Uh, no hard feelings, no nothing. They might not be crazy about my work, but there's still this idea that they know me as a human being and they have no animosity towards me and me towards them. Born and raised here, they're more American than anything else. They have dogs, they have marriages, they don't beat their wives. I mean, they treat their kids fine. They eat pork, bacon, sausage. They drink. Some of them smoke. So it's like, yeah, that's my kind of Muslim. The ones who really don't give a shit about Islam, no matter what they claim. And I have to teach them about their own religion also, which is funny at times. But thanks. Comic books and cahoots. Comicsgate needs fearless artists who make work worth reading and collecting. That's for sure. Comic books and cahoots. These things. We have an opportunity here, guys, where we're not limited by any kind of culture that would try to keep us at bay. Like, you can't say that. We can say what we want, and we'll either be rewarded for it or punished for it. That's a thing. I mean, people don't like it. They don't like it. People like it. Awesome. Great. Because that's what I'm counting on. You guys read this, like it, come for issue 2, and so on and so on. That's what I hope is the case. I think I got a good story here. Someone wrote something here I missed, actually. Okay. Mikey gets about Vito. I think Vito's a scam artist at this point. He's saying Super Killer's never coming out. Get over it after backers gave him 100,000. I don't trust him, not to mention his grape shit. What's a grape shit? Oh, wow. I don't know about that, Mikey. I think he's an idiot, so he just opens his fat mouth and says a lot of stupid shit, and people, take it out of context and try to use it against him. But I think he's an insincere fuck. I do think that. He's as fake as anything. And by the way, the Dick Masterson blocked me. I just found out the other day because he posted something, and I guess I found out because I couldn't respond. I was like, oh, okay. Interesting. Whatever I may have said or done. I just think I don't care to watch hyenas with fake laughs for hours. It's ridiculous. I listened to some of it, pretty funny, and then Vito was getting on my nerves, and then it's like that's all they do. They laugh like hyenas, and there's nothing else. Mocking others only. Okay, there's no stand, and also there's something here. Um, Clowns don't like people who are not clowns because they make them look more like clowns than you know what I mean. They make them more conscious of their of themselves being clowns. There's something about that. Um, anyway, I think that's funny, but unlistenable, unlistenable. That's hyenas, just human, hyenas laughing at. It's like that's not funny. Why are they laughing like that? Okay. Um, okay. Fleety one says, I think the cutting in and out was on my end. I logged in and out and it was fine. So probably on my end. Okay, okay, cool. Thanks, Fleety. I just want to make sure it wasn't my end. So I took care of some stuff and no complaints so far. So Flutterbat says, I hate YF. Yellow Flash for my own reason. I hate him for what he said about Katie. Yep. She's one of the sweetest people I've ever met online. It's beyond fucked up what he said. Yes, yes, absolutely. She is a sweetheart and he's a piece of shit. And again, the recklessness with which these guys spout these things to smear people's reputations. I don't know. There's a lot of malice there. It's like, where the hell is that coming from, guys? Are you that much in pain? It reminds me of something this one cousin of mine. I didn't see him after a while. He was a little troubled guy, and I said, "How you doing?" Great, great. And I said, "That bad, huh?" You know. I said, "What the hell, man?" Reynolds says, "YF knows less about art and comics than your average slime mold." It's funny. Mikey Yates says, "Agree. Why I refuse to back Dillard on Good Morning Comicsgate." Uh, okay. I see. An association. Yeah, I mean, look, man, Dillard made his bed. He did. Um, he chose a piece of shit to draw a comic for. And you can tell just on his own comic, it's better. You could tell that his heart wasn't into it, you know? Just based on a little of the art I've seen on his own comic, looks better than anything on that campaign. So, Randall, glad to be helped. Yeah, yeah, thanks, Randall. Appreciate it. I don't get any of those things wrong. Uh, Flutterbat says, doesn't mean God doesn't love you, bro. I mean that in a good way. I appreciate it. I know. I understand. Um, it's funny. I've seen some atheists get resentful and defensive about it. It's like, what the hell, guys? Just because someone believes something and they wish you the best from that level, knowing that you're an atheist, who gives a shit? I appreciate it. I appreciate the sentiment. Thank you. Huh. Mikey says, "Don't be a cunt is my religion. You don't need God to be a good person. Is all. That's for sure, Mikey. Again, you got some real rat bastards who are religious as hell, and no, no, you got to be good for goodness sake. You got to be good because it's the right thing to do. It's this idea also. What's his name? Prager. Kenneth Prager. Prager. You can't be good without God. It's like, nah, bro. It's not true. Objectively, you know that. You know atheists who you know that are moral people. You know religious people who are pieces of shit. You know that's not true. Look at the Islamic world. You know, look at people in your own life. You know to be pieces of shit. So, Dennis Prager. And I do hope he gets better. From what I gather, he is pretty fucked up. He fell and hurt himself bad. So hopefully he does get better. A Man Called Plush. Love that Daredevil-esque black with red on pigment. So dang good. Thanks, man. Makes me want to revisit Born Again. I was humbled by how my library spoiled me. Daredevil Visionaries, I think the collections were called. Beautiful stuff, man. Katsuhiro Otomos. I'm sorry, man. I'm gonna botch it, guys. Apologize. Katsuhiro Otomos. Manga was there too. Never seen post-apocalyptic rubble. Looks so gorgeous. I've seen some art, guys. Again, the only thing that jumps to mind that I can really is this one comic. I forgot the name already. It's on my list. It might be the one that I'll end up because again, I got some manga years ago. Didn't quite like it. Crying Freeman. I was like, it's okay, but I will check it out. Randall McCollum says just says horrible things and calls it comedy. That's true. Nasty fuck, self-loathing, fat pig. Is gonna drop dead if he keeps going the way he's going. Just a nasty, bitter guy. Um, you know, tough to look at and listen to also with that complete fake voice. Imagine him at 3 o'clock in the morning. Miserable. Anyway, Flutterbest says, yeah, the far left cackle. Comic Book Sing Hoots, another great review stream. You keep making them and we'll keep showing them up. Appreciate it, Comic Book Sing Hoots. Thanks, man. Yes, Flutterbed, I know that laugh welcome. I love the cackle. And also, Tucker Carlson has as bad a cackle, if not worse, because he's allegedly a man. And when he starts talking about manhood, it's like, bro, nah, you got your high pitched voice, you got that cackle, you're getting fatter by the day. I don't think so. And also, your goddamn Jew hatred is it's really nasty. And I know people pretend he doesn't. Why do you think he has to call up the Israeli government and tell them to stop calling me a Jew hater? It's like, dummy, your Jew hatred is what started it. And you calling a government? That's embarrassing. It's stupid. It's retarded. Post 10/7, he trashed Americans who were horrified by 10/7 because they're so emotional about it. It's like, bitch, these are human beings who were slaughtered wantonly, children, babies. Of course, we Americans are mortified by it. Of course we are. It's disgusting. You're not, because you're American first, right? Well, then, fucker, why are you traveling globally? Why are you a globetrotter? Why you ended up in Saudi Arabia and the UAE and Turkey and other Islamic countries? Why? Why are you doing commercials for Saudi Arabia? Why, bitch? Why? So I don't trust that piece of shit at all. That's a different story, guys. A Man Called Plush says, Mark Dacascos starred in a live-action crime. Interesting. I guess it was a popular comic for what I remember, so I guess they did make a movie. Precisely says Flutterbat. I think about Tucker Carlson, maybe. Guys, thank you very much for being here. Always appreciate your time, your interactions. Thank you very much, and please, if you can consider backing Pigman, I would really appreciate your support. I got a little time left. I want to get up to a certain point and close out strong. Thank you very much, guys. I'll be back here tomorrow night. I want to commemorate the 10th anniversary of my winning the Muhammad Cartoon Contest. It's a big deal. It's a big deal in my life. Changed everything for me. The fallout blew up my life. My life before and after, completely different. That's what happens. Reactions, people around you, certain things change. You find out a lot about yourself and others going through that kind of fire. So, but thanks for being here, guys. Always appreciate it. You guys take care. Be well. Until next time. Thank you. Okay, one second. Mikey Getz says, I never forgave Cecil for taking Neurotic's wife's side over John, and I won't back cash grab either. Loyalty is everything. Yeah, he was trying to straddle both worlds, if I remember correctly, Cecil, but I don't think he's been too friendly on that side. I might be wrong, but you can't do that, guys. To be blunt, that side is full of fake fucks. That's the difference between Comicsgate and that Zero stuff. And it's a really simple thing. The inauthenticity of that side, the collectivism of that side, the you know, conformity of that side, guys. It's ridiculous. They all think the same thing about all the movies. That's bullshit. We'll argue even on the Kings in light ways. Like Ethan says, I think The Howling's better than American War of London. And me and Shanth are like, I said, no, objectively, no. He's just like, okay. It's funny, but it's first of all, it's true that, American War of London is a classic. Howling is a fine werewolf movie, but in terms of the writing, the directing, the acting, the special effects, it blows it away as a classic. It absolutely does. Um, Flutterbass says, excellent stream as always, Bosch. You all take care and be safe. Thank you. I didn't even know Cecil did. Wow. Didn't hear about that one. I think I did because if I remember correctly, like last year at one point, I saw. Well, he also went after John for something. He was drunk, but still, it was a stream. I think Ethan he brought it up the old day, the second to last trash cast. And trash cast again. It's like that's the show for me. I'll listen to Anthony Cumia on his ABC show. I'll listen to certain things. Meg Kelly at times, even though she's fucking around now. Saw some of the guests and some of the stuff she's doing. I don't know. Not as good. Jason Whitlock at times, he could be real arrogant asshole also. He doesn't have a lot to be arrogant for. Also, he's a fat pig who talks a lot of shit, but some of it is good. Commentary wise, I'll watch Crowder, certain things, Nick DiPaolo. But Ethan, again, it's the culture talk, the war within this quality and lack thereof of pure, absolute 100% grifters, and then artists on the other side who want to do good comics, who love comics, who had to make comics. We had to. That's it. It wasn't something that we sat back and said, I got a big audience. I got a mirror. I think it's time to cash in. I always like comics, they were fine. No, that's not how you do it. There's a passion there. There's a motivation there. There's a need to there. And I'm really glad that Yellow Flash bombed out as big as it did, because again, it will absolutely discourage these other hacks of diving in and embarrassing themselves, because these guys are very concerned about being embarrassed. They don't have a lot of self-awareness, but the embarrassment will get them. And then you got the other guy, Nerdrotic, having his biography comic. I don't know what it is. Nonfiction comic book about his life. It's like, your life? Okay, we'll see. Flutterbass says, yeah, I don't watch Trashcast anymore. I love Ethan, but he has some odd opinions. Well, some of the movie things are, it's like Barbie's a shit movie. Ken, Ryan Gosling was great in there, but the movie itself is shit. And it's not the point that it's not for me. It's not for, no. It's not for anyone. It's for communist whores. That's what it's for. Feminist, communist whores. That's who wrote it. That's who directed it. That's who produced it. That's who pushed it. And then they thought they were mocking this guy, Ken. But Ken became the most real guy in the movie. He was the guy who felt the passion, who felt the pain, who cried, who lusted, who wanted to be a man, who wanted, to feel, unlike these dictator whores around him. So I don't buy this idea, and we never had an argument about it, but it's worth mentioning that movie is not good. It's not for anyone. It's for communist whores. It's not for women. That's women. Dictators who want to lord it over men. That's women. Nah, that's not women. Those are commie whores. So Ken was great. Ryan Gosling was great. That's worth watching. Joker 2, absolutely not. Shit. I couldn't watch it. I started to. I want to know, I want to know enough of the movie to, and I skipped it. As soon as I saw, to be blunt, as soon as I saw Lady Gaga, I can't stand her. I can't stand her. She's a drama queen with no ability to really pull it off. I don't know. And this idea that, well, it's to show the consequences that, no, he's a piece of shit killer, you know. And the dummy, the director said something like, yeah, this is about, him feeling terrible and lonely about, no, 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 you made a murderer. He murdered people. He's a piece of shit. It's not about him feeling this or that. He's a murderer. He's a piece of shit. First one was good. Second one was not good. And I do think, like when Ethan said when he called Obi-Wan 9 out of 10, I just called him out publicly. I said that's impossible. That's not 9 out of 10 because you got the 10 out of 10. The Sopranos, that can't be 9 out of 10. So we'll disagree about those things. But for me personally, Flutter and others, it's comics. It's those who are coming into this space who don't belong here, and they got to be called out. And I really love something that Ethan said the other day about the truth, because I repeated that myself the old day. Even in an interview that'll be airing tonight or tomorrow. I still haven't gotten the message, but I will be getting it soon. Sorry, guys. The interview will be published soon. The truth. It got to be repeated again and again and again and again, guys. I don't care if it bothers you. I don't care if it bothers me. I don't care if I come off as obnoxious. It has to be repeated repeatedly. And Ethan was saying that, and he's right. It has to be, guys. It's important to remind people over and over again. This is what's going on. This is what's going on. Really, really important, guys. I just left and then I came back. No regrets. Thanks, guys. So Katie has a clip, Flutter, about that. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. Indeed, thank you. Precisely. Thanks, Flutter, about it. I knew the economies were going to destroy the Joker, but when the first movie was so good, it pissed them off. Absolutely right. That was a corrective. The dumb fucks, they corrected it. It's like, hey, fuckers, be honest to the character, and we're good. Deviate from that, fuck off. That's it. The character's a psychopath. He's a killer. He's not some sympathetic figure. You idiots. Idiots. Was Heath Ledger's Joker sympathetic? No. He was a terrorist. A man called Plush says, funny how self-unaware SJWs are when trying to do commentary. Barbie inadvertently made Ken their enemy, the hero. 100%. The same thing that the dumb fuck Alan Moore did with Watchmen. It's so funny. I will still to this day say it's a quality book. Don't like a lot of it, to be honest. A lot of it just goes on and on and on. And the backstory is like, give me a break. I don't want to hear about this stuff, man. I got to read all this stuff. So I read it, at least once, twice. And I said, you know what? If I read it, I'm going to read certain parts. And I'm going to read it through again. I'll review it here also. It'll be a 12-part video series, but it's worth it. It made an impact. And again, guys, the commie, the first issue takes out the right-wing guy. The last issue takes out the other right-wing guy. He bookends it. He told us who he is politically. No matter what he says about his anarchism, yeah, you're a goddamn commie. And his desire to try to bring down objectivism, Ayn Rand's philosophy, and Ditko, with Rorschach to bring down Mr. A, the question, Ayn Rand, bombed dramatically. Their purpose to bring down man through Ken. He's like, look at this. Look at this imbecile. Look at it. No, best character in there. Funny, genuinely funny. Great performance by Ryan Gosling, and the most charismatic character in the entire movie. The only one you cared about because he cared about things. She didn't give a fuck for him or anything. They didn't give a shit except for to maintain their power. That's all it was. So, not a good movie, not for anyone. Only for commie whores, those who made it and those who it's for. That's who it's for. It's not for women or girls. It's not. If it's for girls, they wouldn't have put all that stuff in there, all that commie shit in there. So we got to be serious about these things, be honest about it. Mikey says, YouTubers pretend to be storytellers. Hilarious. It's hilarious. Boombots. Bosh, what movie do you think is better, Fight Club or Falling Down? Fight Club. Fight Club. Fallen Down, I saw again recently. It's okay, but Fight Club a little more dramatic, a little more, and especially the ending. You know, especially the ending when it hits you. You know what's going on, um, and more entertaining. More entertaining. Pitt was great. Um, what's his name? What's his name? God damn it, that actor in American History X. He was good also. Fight Club, yeah, and just in terms of those two, there are moments of falling down that are good and stuff, but again, it's just a descent of a man, and this idea that he's some kind of hero, he's not, guys. He's falling down. He's literally collapsing. His life is falling apart, and it ends the way it should end. You can't do what he does and get away with it, and it's just over and over again. It's like I know people want to lash out, and that's their idea of like, no, no, you gotta find better outlets to do that instead of walking to places and threatening everyone and becoming a madman. Um, Mikey Getz says Rorschach's everyone's favorite. It's so funny. He resents it to this day, that bitch. It's like, bitch, your problem was that you're a very good writer and you were. It's so funny. It's his adherence to good writing, it's his adherence to the truth about Ditko's philosophy and Ayn Rand's, meaning he's an uncompromising, ruthless hero. Whatever else he tried to make him out to be, dirty, unshaven, eating cold beans, raspy voice, short, he wore, lifts, because of course, Moore, who's a giant, he's like 6'5" or something like that. He wanted to make him short, bring him down, and oh yeah, I can make him wear lifts and make him ugly and a redhead and all that. Yeah, sure, sure, sure. You put him against Dr. Manhattan, character-wise, there's nothing there. Dr. Manhattan is the biggest bore. He's an asshole. He's a cold-blooded piece of shit too. I mean, just taking out Rorschach like that, like nothing. Why? He doesn't give a shit. Remember he said, I don't care if mankind is not. So why are you going to go out there and do that? Because Alan Moore sent you there. That's why. It's Alan Moore who killed him. It didn't make sense in the story that this cold, 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 dead character would do that. It just didn't make sense at all. But Moore used him as the tool to take out that right-wing guy. Just take him out, I can't leave this story without killing him. That was that was the motivation. Moore seeing Rorschach dead, not Manhattan. Manhattan, again, cold, passionless, zero. Doesn't give a fuck for anything. Wants to leave Earth. So why the fuck would he care about what happens on Earth if he wants to get the fuck out? He wouldn't. Anyway, but again, that's the personal thing, is that Moore can't quite keep at bay. He's like, I gotta kill this guy. I gotta kill the comedian. The comedian is the perverted version of Captain America, and Rorschach's the perverted version of Mr. A. But still a good piece of work. A lot in there, and Dave Gibbons put a lot in there too. Good work, worth going over. Ed Norton, thanks, Mikey. Okay, Chopper. Hey, Chopper. Good evening, Bosch and all. Hope everyone's doing good, doing well. Chopper, thanks, man. If you guys got any more comments, I'm gonna wait 1 minute, or else I'm gonna get going. As always, appreciate your time, guys. Back Pigman, if you haven't, check it out, guys. Help me get to a certain point where I'm like, okay, I think this is good. You always want more. Mikey, never compromise even in the face of Armageddon. Great, great, immortal line, Mikey, immortal. And again, that's the dummy Alan Moore channeling Ditko and Rand in the extreme way, but it works, and especially in that moment, he's looking at everyone like, you guys are nuts. The people must know what happened here. I'm not going to let that go here. Absolutely not. Fantastic line. Guys, you take care. Be well. I will see you next time. Tomorrow night. I'm going to stream tomorrow night. I just wanted to commemorate the Garland attack. Again, if you don't know, guys, I won the Muhammad Cartoon Contest 10 years ago tomorrow. 20 minutes after my acceptance speech, two jihadists from Arizona came to mass murder us, got their heads blown off. What a night. I made $12,500 for Draw Muhammad, something that I was doing for free for a little while prior to that. So what a night. What a day. Incredible. All right, Flutter. Thank you, man. Thank you, guys. Take care. Be well. Until next time. Thank you. Take care, guys. Be well.